Mobility Mondays. I am just about to start my workout for today, so I hope you will join me for that. And then please stick around because immediately after the workout, we're going to be doing our weekly Monday Mobility Challenge. There are timestamps in the description box down below the video, so if you would prefer to just skip straight ahead to the workout, please remember that you can always use the chapter markers to do that, but if you would like to see the exercises demonstrated and explained before we begin, let's go ahead and get into that right now. So very quickly, before we get into the actual tutorial, let me just start by telling you that I am recovering from a blood donation. I am also recovering from a fall. So here's what that means. Recovering from a blood donation for me means no upper body work. I always feel like I need a few days before I feel comfortable lifting anything or doing any push-ups. So this is going to be a lower body workout. We are focusing on abs and core, glutes and legs, quads and calves. So that also means no jump rope because in addition to not liking to do any upper body work after a blood donation, I also typically feel like it takes me a couple of days to regain my stamina. So I'm not going to be doing any cardio today. So what that means is no weights, no jump rope. All you need is something soft beneath you if you would like to do this workout right along with me. So definitely grab an exercise mat or a yoga mat if you have one. If not, a towel may suffice. If you're working out on a carpeted floor or on grass, you may not need anything at all. I am also recovering from a fall. If you are unaware, I took a really nasty fall on one of my hikes several days ago. I'm fine, but I'm still in a little bit of pain. So I just want to take it kind of easy today. So this is going to be a very low intensity workout as compared to some of my other workouts. It's still going to be challenging, but there's no jumping. This is going to be a no impact workout, so completely apartment friendly, perfect workout if you are traveling, staying in a hotel room, or if you have downstairs neighbors or a sleeping baby in the other room. So there are really just 2 exercises. If you want to get picky about it, you might be able to say there are 3 or 4, but in my mind, this is just 2 exercises. So let's go over the exercises very briefly before we begin. The first exercise, I'm going to be combining a good morning with a squat, and then I'm also adding a calf raise. So what you want to think about is tucking your shoulder blades into your back pockets. For this entire exercise, you want your shoulders back and down. So you're going to feel like you're kind of pinching your shoulder blades together, and then you want to make sure your shoulders are away from your ears. So not up here, back and down. So visualize tucking your shoulder blades into your back pockets. That's also going to help you keep your chest lifted nice and high. Pay attention to that sensation. You want to maintain that sensation throughout the duration of this exercise, that feeling of your chest being lifted. Then I want you to really engage your entire core. All right, so first of all, imagine that someone is about to come along and punch you in the stomach as hard as they can, and you're bracing for that impact. That is how engaged your abs should be. Really tighten up your ab muscles, and then you're going to hinge at the hips. So imagine trying to touch the wall behind you with your booty at the same time. Remember, your chest is staying lifted nice and high. So you also want to be thinking about trying to touch the wall in front of you with your chest. The point is that you want to elongate your spine. You want to maintain a flat back. So make sure you're not allowing your back to round at any point. Tuck the shoulder blades into the back pockets. Lift that chest up high. Push the booty back so that your back stays flat and the weight stays in your heels. You should actually be able to pick up your toes. All right, so that's basically a good morning. It's just a hip hinge. So your goal is to see if you can get your torso parallel to the ground. Of course, you should be working to your own level. Please do not push your body into doing anything that it is not ready to do. But that's your goal. That's what you're working towards. So that may or may not be a goal that you accomplish today, but just keep that in mind, that the movement is really trying to get your torso parallel to the ground if you can. Make sure that you maintain a soft bend in your knees. Do not actively try to straighten your legs. You don't want to lock out your knees. Soft bend to the knees, hinge at the hips. All right, so that's a good morning. Where you have your hands doesn't matter. I'll probably just have my hands kind of to the sides of, so my fingertips are kind of touching my ears like this. You can clasp your hands behind your neck. You can cross them in front of your chest. You can have them on your hips, behind your back, doesn't matter. We're not doing any upper body stuff today, so wherever it's comfortable for you to have your hands is fine. But that's a good morning. Now, you can do a good morning and then a squat. That's an exercise I do all the time, so that would look like this. You do your good morning and then hinge at the hips to stand and return to your starting position before you do your squat. But I'm going to be kind of combining them. So I'm going to hinge, and then from here, I'm just going to bend my knees, lower my booty down, and then go right into my squat. And then I'm going to press my heels into the ground, come back up into this bent over position, and then hinge at the hips to stand. So whichever one of those works best for you, just make sure that, again, with your squat, shoulders are back and down, chest is lifted high, abs are tight, pushing the booty back, keeping your back flat, keeping the weight in your heels as you sink down into your squat, and then you're pressing your heels into the ground to stand. Okay, so when I'm down here in my squat, I'm also going to be adding a calf raise. This is optional. If it's too challenging for you, just eliminate it, okay? But I'm going to be doing my good morning, and now before I hinge at the hips to stand, I'm going to come down into my squat, and from here, I'm going to lift my heels and then lower them back down with control. And then I'm going to straighten my legs, come back into my bent over position, hinge at the hips to stand. Okay, so it's a good morning with a squat, calf raise, and return to the starting position. Hinge, squat, calf raise, hinge, and stand, okay? That is my first exercise. Just make sure with that calf raise that you're really controlling the movement, so make sure you're not just kind of like propelling yourself up and then letting your heels fall down. You want the movement to be under control, so you want to lift your heels with control, and you want to lower your heels with control. Okay, so just make sure every aspect of the movement is under control. Really want to work those calf muscles. But that's my first exercise. For my second exercise, I'm going to be down here on the mat, on my back. So I'm really combining two different exercises again. We're going to start with a glute bridge raise. So down here on my mat, on my back, my knees are bent, my feet are flat on the mat. I'm just going to have my arms out to the sides like this. And then I'm going to press my heels into the mat. I'm going to lift my hips as high as I can, like I am trying to touch the ceiling with my hip flexors. And I'm squeezing my glutes at the top. And now I'm going to lower my hips back down to the mat with control. So again, I'm not just kind of propelling my hips up. Every aspect of the movement should be under control. You are pressing into the mat, lifting your hips, squeezing the glutes, and then on the way down, make sure you're not just letting your hips drop down, but you are controlling the movement, okay? Your entire core should be engaged as you do this. Then I'm going to extend my legs straight. I'm going to extend my arms up overhead, and I'm going to do what I always call a pike, but I think it's more commonly known as jackknife. So basically I'm just doing a leg lift and I'm coming up and touching my toes at the same time. So the goal really is to bring your body together like a V so that you're lifting your legs and your torso simultaneously, but that's very difficult to do, but that's what we're working towards. So just do your best so it will look something like this. All right, but if that is too difficult, you have options. First of all, you can just do a leg raise. That's absolutely fine. So you can leave your arms right by your sides. Do your glute bridge raise, lower the hips, straighten the legs, and do a leg raise. That's fine. Or you can do the jackknife, but kind of break it up into two movements. So you can do your glute bridge raise, straighten the legs. Now lift the legs and then come up and touch the toes. Then lower your arms, lower the legs, okay? So it's basically the same exercise, but it's a little bit easier because you're not lifting the arms and the legs at the same time. So whatever of those variations works for you. If keeping your legs straight is too difficult, you can just do a reverse crunch. All right, so you could do glute bridge raise, reverse crunch. Really any ab exercise you want to tack onto that glute bridge raise is fine. All right, but I'm going to be doing a pike or a jackknife. So again, my exercise will look like this. Glute bridge raise, jackknife, glute bridge raise, jackknife, or pike, whatever you want to call it. All right, so that's it. Those are the only 2 exercises we're doing. If you want to get picky, you could call it 3 exercises or 4 exercises, because really it's good mornings and squats and calf raises and glute bridge raises and pikes. So, I mean, if you want to get picky about it, maybe it's more than 2 exercises, but in my mind, those are the 2 things that we're doing. So I will be including this workout on my playlist of 2 exercise workouts. I love that playlist because on those days when I just can't think of anything to do, I love creating new workouts. It is a creative outlet for me, writing these workouts, but some days I'm blocked mentally and I can't think of what to do. So I love being able to just pick 2 exercises and then either do like an AMRAP, or sometimes I'll put myself on intervals, or I'll do what I'm doing today. So the format for today's workout, this is basically 2 ladder workouts going on simultaneously. So with our first exercise, our good morning and squat combo, we are going to be working our way down the ladder. So with round 1, we are going to be doing 20 reps of that exercise. And then with each subsequent round, we are going to be eliminating 1 rep. So round 2, we will do 19 reps. Round 3, we'll do 18 reps, all the way down until round 20, where we will complete just 1 rep of that exercise. At the same time, we are going to be ascending the ladder with our second exercise. That's our glute bridge raise and abs combo. So with round 1, we're going to be doing just 1 rep of that exercise. And then with each subsequent round, we are going to be adding a rep. So these 2 things are happening at the same time. So round 1 is going to be 20 reps of our good morning and squat combo. Then we'll come down on the mat, we'll do 1 rep of our glute bridge raise and pike combo. Then round 2, so we'll get right back up and we'll do 19 reps of our good morning and squat combo. Then we'll come down to the mat, we'll do 2 reps of our glute bridge raise and pike combo. Then round 3, 18 squats, 3 glute bridge raises, pike combo. You get the point. You get the point. So with each round, we're deducting 1 rep of the first exercise, adding 1 rep of the second exercise, and so then by the final round, we'll be doing just 1 rep of our good morning and squat combo and 20 reps of our glute bridge raise and pike combo, okay? So it's actually pretty simple. I feel like this type of format, it sounds more complicated when I try to explain it, but it's very simple. Please remember that I always take the time to type out the instructions in the description box down below the video. And of course, I'm going to be doing the entire workout right along with you, so watch me do it, read the instructions, but then of course, as always, if anything is unclear with the format and how everything fits together, if you need to modify the format a little bit to accommodate your time constraints or your level of fitness, if you have any questions about the exercises that we are doing today, if you need to see beginner modifications, or if you have questions about how to do any of the exercises with the correct form, I am right here to help, so please just ask. It's really important that you understand how to do the exercises correctly before you begin the workout, so that you reduce your risk of injury, and also just so that you make sure you're getting the maximum benefit out of each exercise. And you guys know it's also incredibly important to me that all of my workouts are always accessible to anyone and everyone who wants to do them with me, so I'm always here to help facilitate that. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have questions or if you need help. Also, especially if you're going to be working out along with the video, please remember to go at your own pace and mind your form. Make sure you're not sacrificing your form for speed. So if you're in really good shape, you are almost definitely going to be faster than I am, and that is wonderful as long as you are not losing anything off of your form to get there. If you find that you're racing through the reps and you end up just kind of going through the motions, the movement is not mindful, your form starts to get sloppy, that means you need to slow down. If you are slower than I am, that is also wonderful because you're doing the work. You're out here doing the reps with me, you're putting in the work. That's all that matters. So don't worry about how fast you're going. Please don't race through the exercises to try to keep up with me. Go at your own pace. If you fall behind, either because you're just working at a slower pace than I am, or because you're finding that you need to pause and rest, or if you need a longer rest break than what I'm taking, that's fine. You can pause the video. When you're ready to resume the workout, just come back. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be here. We can finish the workout together. But it's just really important to make sure not only that you understand how to do the exercises correctly before you begin the workout, but that you actually apply that knowledge during the workout and do the exercises with the proper form. So please make sure that you are minding your form. It is always better to do your reps slower with excellent form than to race through them. So please do not sacrifice your form for speed. And also just please make sure that you are working to your own level. Please do not push your body into doing anything that it is not ready to do. If you need to shorten up your range of motion, that's absolutely fine. If you need to pause and rest, you should pause and rest. You want to challenge yourself to keep your rest breaks as short as possible, of course, but they should be as long as you need. So you should only resume the workout once you feel that you have regained enough strength and you have enough stamina so that you can continue with good form. So please just be smart, be safe, listen to your body, and always make the decision that is best for you. And you guys just do your best, okay? Remember that your best is always good enough, so let your best be good enough. Hopefully I have covered everything. If you are ready to go ahead and begin the workout, make sure that you have something soft beneath you. An exercise mat or a yoga mat is ideal, but a towel will probably suffice. And again, if you're working out on a carpeted floor or on grass, you may not need anything at all. Pause the video and go get dressed. Meet me right back here. We will start with a quick 5-minute warm up, and then we'll go ahead and get right into this dueling ladder workout. All right, so as soon as you're ready, let's get started with our 5-minute warm up. If you follow my workouts regularly, just know that this warm up routine is going to be slightly different than what we normally do because I'm going to eliminate the jogging in place. I want to keep this impact free, and I want to spend a little bit more time stretching my hamstrings before beginning this workout. So I'll talk us through it as we're going, but as soon as you're ready, here we go. You're going to start by just allowing your head to fall towards one shoulder, and then you're going to place your hand on top of your head and just rest it there. You are not actively pulling your ear down towards your shoulder. You're just allowing gravity to do all the work of gently stretching the other side of your neck by using the weight of your arm. So now we're going to do the other side. Just let your head fall towards the opposite shoulder. Place your hand on top of your head and just rest it there. Your arm is completely relaxed. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed as well. Don't let your shoulders creep up by your ears. Shoulders should be down away from the ears. Now we're going to do some head rolls. So you're going to begin by allowing your chin to fall towards your chest and then towards the opposite shoulder and then back. And each time you roll your head from one shoulder to the other, you're going to start feeling your head getting heavier and heavier, allowing your range of motion to increase. Your arms are loose like a rag doll. And eventually you're just allowing your entire torso to fall down in front of you. Now shoulder rolls, rolling the shoulders back. Explore your full range of motion here. Really make big circles with your shoulders. Next, we're going to do arm circles, but we'll start small with our arm circles. So you're going to extend your arms straight out to the side and just begin by making small circles, either towards the back or towards the front. It doesn't matter. And then gradually, as the interval progresses, you're going to start making your circles bigger and bigger until finally you are exploring your full range of motion, making those circles as big as you possibly can. Now, feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, bend the knees and sweep the arms down in front of you. As you straighten your knees, you're going to reach up, stretch up as high as you can. And each time you bend your knees, you're increasing your range of motion a little bit more, sinking deeper and deeper into that squat. Now keep your feet planted right where they are. We're just going to lunge side to side, nice and easy. Adding the arms. So now with each lunge, you are reaching across your body. It should feel like you're trying to throw your arm across the room. Next, we're just going to march in place. So step the feet in and march, starting with the knees low. But gradually you want to start driving your knees up, higher and higher towards your chest, until finally you're driving your knees up as high as you can towards your chest. Feel a nice little stretch in your glutes. If you struggle with balance, you can hold on to something for this next one. Just going to pick up one foot and swing the leg front and back. So if you need to hold on to the wall or a chair for support, that's fine. If not, you can just have your hands on your hips. Waking up those hip flexors. Switch legs. So transfer your weight, pick up the other foot, and just swing the leg front and back. You can start low and then start expanding your range of motion. Swinging the leg higher and higher. Now transfer the weight again. Extend one leg out in front of you and bring the leg around and behind. You're just making a little semicircle with your leg. Each time you make that semicircle, you're lifting that leg a little higher, and then finally I'm gonna drive my knee up and use my hand to guide it around for a hip circle. Other leg. Extend the leg out in front. Bring the leg around and behind, making a little semicircle, lifting the leg higher and higher each time. Now drive the knee up and use your hand to guide it around for a hip circle. And now we're gonna spend these last 3 intervals stretching our hamstrings. So, legs are wider than shoulder width apart. Make sure there's just a slight bend to your knees, but do your best to keep your back as flat as you can. It might help to use a chair for support as you do this. And I'm going to walk my hands over towards one leg, and I'm going to work on bringing my nose to my knee. Feeling that stretch in the hamstrings. And now same thing on the other side. I'm going to walk my hands towards the other foot. And bring nose to knee. Breathe here. Couple more seconds. That's our 5 minutes, but I'm just gonna come back to the middle for one more interval. I just wanna make sure my hamstrings are nice and loose before we begin, so that those good mornings feel good. And that's it. That's our little 5+ minute warm up. So let's go ahead and get right into the workout. We are starting with our good morning and squat combo, 20 reps. So I'm going to be starting with my feet just a little bit wider than shoulder width apart and my hands up here by my ears. So as soon as you're ready, here we go. Starting my timer in 3, 2, 1, and go. So hands up by the ears, and now you're going to hinge at the hips for your good morning. Stay here, bend the knees, come down into your squat, and now lift the heels with control, lower the heels back down with control, straighten the legs, and hinge at the hips to stand. That's 1 rep. We're doing 20 of those, all right? So hinge at the hips, bend the knees, now lift and lower the heels with control, straighten the legs, and hinge at the hips to stand. That's 2. Hinge, squat, calf raise, hinge, and stand. That's 3. So we're doing 20. Do your best. That's 10, 10 more. And that's 20. So now our glute bridge raise and pike combo. Just one rep. So coming down onto the mat, you're going to press your heels into the mat, lift your hips as high as you can, squeeze the glutes at the top, then lower the hips with control. Now straighten the legs, extend the arms up overhead, and pike or jackknife. I know most people call that a jackknife. All right, that's it. Round one is done. All right, shake it out. We're right back to our good morning and squat combo. 19 reps. All right, take a longer rest break if you need one. Towel off, get a sip of water as soon as you're ready. Let's start round two. Good morning, squat, calf raise, and hinge at the hips to stand. That's 1. 2. 3, keep going. 10, 9 more. It's 15, just 4 more. Let's push. 16. 17. 18. 18. Last one. And 19. So with each round, we're deducting 1 rep of that exercise, adding 1 rep of this second exercise. So now 2 reps of our glute bridge raise plus a pike. So press the knees into the mat, lift the hips as high as you can, squeeze the glutes at the top, lower the hips back down with control, straighten the legs, extend the arms up overhead, and pike. Glute bridge raise. Pike. That's 2 reps. And that is round 2. Shake it out. Now we're right back to our good morning and squat combo. So this round we're doing 18 reps. If you need a longer rest break, you can pause the video. As soon as you're ready, let's get started on round 3. It's 5. It's 9. Halfway there. Just keep pushing. Two more. Last one. That's 18. So now 3 reps of our glute bridge raise and pike combo. It's 1. 2. And 3. That's round 3. It's not that hot out here today, but it is sticky. Ugh. All right, I told you this workout was gonna be no impact, low intensity, but still really tough, and it is. So if you need a longer rest break, pause the video, come back when you're ready. We are going to start round 4 with 17 reps of our good morning and squat combo when you're ready. I did that wrong. I'm starting over. Hinge, squat, and now straighten the legs and hinge to stand. That's 1. So I have to do 16 more. I missed my calf raise. All right. The heat's getting to me, or something's getting to me. I'm starting this whole round over because I have not done a single rep correctly yet. So shake it out. Focus. Here we go. Round 4, 17 good morning and squat combos. So, good morning. Bend the knees, calf raise, hinge, and stand. That's 1. Now I have 16 more to go. It's 5. 12, 5 more, let's push. 13. 14. 15. 16, last one. And 17. So now 4 reps of our glute bridge raise and pike combo. That's round 4. So now round 5, we're doing 16 reps of our good morning and squat combo. One more deep breath. When you're ready, here we go. Eight, halfway there. It's 13. 5 more, let's push. 14. 15. 16. 17. Last one. And 18. And now 5 reps of our glute bridge raise combo. That's 5. All right, that's round 5. Shake it out. Again, if you need to pause the video here so that you can towel off and get a sip of water and just take a minute to breathe, that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and get right into round 6. So with this round, what are we on? 16 reps, right? 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. We just did round 5, so this is round 6. So that means we're doing 15 reps of our good morning and squat combo, right? Right, okay, here we go. When you're ready. All right, focus. Hinge, bend the knees. Don't forget the calf raise. Straighten the knees and hinge to stand. That's 1, 14 to go. It's 10, 5 more. I didn't like that calf raise, so I just redid it. The movement was not under control, so just wanted to redo it. Make sure each rep is good quality. That's 14, last one. And 15. So especially as you fatigue, you know, each rep is not going to be picture perfect. So don't be too hard on yourself if every rep is not just exactly perfect, but you have to decide for yourself if the rep had enough integrity that you want to count it or if you want to redo it. So for that rep, I just wanted to redo just the calf raise portion because it didn't have enough integrity for me. The movement was not under control. So just keep that in mind. If you kind of fall out of it with one rep, we're doing 210 of those. So if you're okay with 1 or 2 being not great quality, that's up to you. I just wanted to redo the calf raise. Okay, so what are we doing? 6 of these, right? When you're ready. That is round 6. Shake it out. Couple of deep breaths. Starting on round 7 as soon as you're ready. So with this round, we are doing 14 reps of our good morning and squat combo. When you're ready. That's 7. Halfway there. 7 more. It's 10. 4 more. 11. 12. 13, last one. And 14. I'm glad I took just those few extra seconds to stretch out my hamstrings before we started. Makes those good mornings so much easier and kind of enjoyable because I enjoy the stretch in my hamstrings when they're not super tight. All right, so what are we up to? 7 reps, right? I believe. Right, because 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. Yeah, this is round 7, so 7 reps of our glute bridge raise and pike combo. All right, that's round 7. We're getting there. So now with round 8, we're doing 13 reps of our good morning and squat combo. From lucky 7 to lucky 13. Here we go. When you're ready, if you need to rest, pause the video. And when you're ready, come back, starting round 8. It's 5. 10, just 3 more. 11. 12. Last one. And 13. So now 8 reps of our glute bridge raise and pike combo. That's round 8. So with round 9, we're doing 12 reps of our good morning and squat combo. When you're ready. That's 6. We're halfway there. Keep pushing. That's 10, just 2 more. Last one. Same thing, just did it like that calf raise, so I redid it. But that's 12. So now, 9 of these, I think, right? Five. 6. 7. 8. and 9. All right, that's round 9. On to round 10. So just 11 reps of our good morning and squat combo. When you're ready. I almost did it wrong again. It's 5. 6. 5 more. That's 10, last one. And 11. So now 10 reps of our glute bridge raise and pike combo. That's 10. And that is round 10. So we're halfway there. Round 11, we are doing 10 reps. Why doesn't that seem right? That is right though, right? 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. So now this is, wait, yeah, round 11, no, round 10, we did 11 reps. This is so confusing. I'm just making it more confusing than it needs to be. We're on 10. Yeah, round 11 is 10 reps. All right, don't listen to me. Just mute me. All right, 10 reps of our good morning and squat combo. Let's do this. Just gonna keep second guessing myself every single round. Should have written it all out, so I wouldn't do that, but it's okay. 4. That's 5. Halfway there. 5 more. Let's push. 6. 7. 8. 9. Last one. And 10. So now 11 reps of our glute bridge raise and pike combo. One more. And that's 11. So if you're struggling like I am to remember where you are, it might help to write it out beforehand. That's what I probably should have done. But it also might help to just remember that with each round, you're doing a total of 21 reps. So between however many reps of the good morning and squat combo you're doing, plus however many reps of the glute bridge raise and pike combo you're doing, that all together should add up to 21 reps. So that last round we did 10 reps of our good morning and squat combo, 11 reps of our glute bridge raise and pike combo. So 10 plus 11 is 21. So now this round we're doing 9 plus 12, which is also 21. So as soon as you're ready, here we go. Round 12, 9 reps of our good morning squat and calf raise combo. Five, 4 more. 6, 7, 8, and 9. That's it, right? So now 12 glute bridge raise and pike combos. Four. Eight. That was 12. I'm gonna do one more just to make sure. My mind started wandering, so I feel like I might have miscounted. So that might have been 13 reps, but you guys know me, as soon as I get that thought in my head that I might have miscounted and skipped a rep, I am not going to be able to get rid of it until I scratch that itch on my brain by doing another rep. So that may or may not have been an extra rep, but I would rather finish the workout knowing that there's a possibility that I did one extra rep than spending the rest of the workout with that on my mind, wondering if I skipped a rep. So that's just what it's like inside of my brain. All right, so that was round 12. So now round 13 means we're doing 8 good morning and squat combo, right? 13 plus 8 is 21. So here we go. When you're ready, just 8 of these. It's 4, halfway there. It's 5, just 3 more. 6. 7, last one. 13 reps of our glute bridge raise and pike combo. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 13. All right, that's round 13 complete. Moving on to round 14. So 7 reps of our, that actually helps a lot because with each round, whatever number round we're on, that's how many reps of the second exercise we're doing. So we're about to start round 14. That means we're going to be doing 14 reps of our glute bridge raise and abs combo. So then all I have to do is make up the difference to 21. So 14 plus 7 is 21. So that makes it easier to remember how many reps I'm doing. So as soon as you're ready, starting round 14 with 7 reps of our good morning squat and calf raise combo. Just 2 more. That's 6. Last one. And 7. So now 14 reps of our glute bridge raise and pike combo. 2, sorry, I'll try not to count out loud if that messes you guys up. Just I tend to lose track of my count if I don't. For me, 7 more. That's 14. All right, round 15, just 6 reps of our good morning and squat combo. When you're ready, it's 1, 2, and 3. We're already halfway there, just 3 more to go. That's 4, 2 more. 5, last one. And 6, right back to our glutes and abs combo. So now 15 reps. That's 10. 5 more. Last one. That's 15. So that's round 15 complete out of 20, which means we have just 5 rounds left to go. So we're on the home stretch. Let's keep pushing. If you need to pause and rest, pause the video, towel off. Get a sip of water as soon as you're ready. Let's get started on round 16. So just 5 reps of our good morning and squat combo. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now that's the easy part, and this is the hard part. 16 reps of our glute bridge raise and pike combo. It's 4, last 16. Moving on to round 17. We're getting so close. Let's keep pushing. Just 4 reps of our good morning and squat combo. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now 17 reps of our glute bridge raise and pike combo. That's 10. That's 15. Just 2 more. 16, last one. And that's 17. Right into round 18. Just 3 reps of our good morning and squat combo. One, 2, and 3. Right back down onto the mat for 18 reps of our glute bridge raise and pike combo. 10. That's 15, just 3 more. That's 17, last one. And that's 18. But now we get very little time to recover because with round 19, we only have to do 2 reps of our good morning and squat combo. So hinge, bend the knees, lift the heels, straighten the knees, and hinge to stand. That's 1. And 2, and now we're right back to our glute bridge raise and pike combo, 19 reps this time. Let's push. That's 5. That's 10. That's 14. Just 5 more. It's 15. 16. 17. 17. That's 18, and this is our last rep. That's 19. All right, we made it. Final round. One more deep breath. This is round 20. So just one rep of our good morning and squat with a calf raise combo. And now finishing up with our final 20 reps of our glute bridge raise and pike combo. As soon as you're ready, here we go. That's 10. Halfway there. Let's push. That's 15. Just 5 more and then we're done. $16. 17. 18, just 2 more. 19, last one. And that is 20. Getting up incrementally. Want to be careful when you're getting up that you don't get up too quickly. You could become lightheaded. So that's it, you guys. That's round 20. And that ended up taking me 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 30 seconds. I did not set a time goal, but I will say that took me longer than I kind of thought it was going to. I didn't really think it out and set a time goal, but I was thinking this would probably take less than an hour. So that was a pretty long, tough workout. We are not quite finished yet. No workout of mine is ever complete until we have done our bonus burpee. So we have just one rep left to go. Let's go ahead and do our bonus burpee together, and then the workout will be officially complete. I will be doing a push-up with my bonus burpee. I don't think one push-up is going to kill me, but you can eliminate the push-up if you would like. I did promise you no push-ups today. So as soon as you're ready, here we go. This is our final rep of the day. The workout is now officially complete, but don't go anywhere because we are about to do our weekly Monday mobility challenge. But first, let's just do a quick little cool down. If you are breathing heavily and your breath is shallow like this, your chest is rising and falling, I want you to work on slowing down your breathing. And you do that by really visualizing your diaphragm being pulled down and allowing your rib cage to expand. Think about sending the breath all the way down to your belly button and filling up your entire torso with air. And then using your diaphragm to expel the air with control, okay? Just wanna focus on slowing down your breathing, and you can pace around a little bit, shake out the legs. Let's do a quick quad stretch. So if you struggle with balance, you can hold on to the wall or a chair or the arm of your couch for support. Just going to bend one knee, bring your foot behind you, reach back and grab a hold of your foot. If you're holding on to something for support, you'll just reach back with the hand on the same side. If you are not holding on to anything for support, you can reach back and grab a hold of the top of your foot with both hands. And really press your heel into your booty cheek. As you're doing that, make sure that you are tilting your pelvis forward. So think about tucking your booty underneath you, and imagine trying to touch your spine with your belly button. As soon as you combine both of those two elements, you're instantly going to feel that stretch intensify in your quad muscles as you isolate them more effectively, but you're also going to feel the stretch continue all the way up to your hip flexor. So stretch it, or shake out the legs, and we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So I'll turn to the side so you can see what I'm talking about a little bit better. So bending the opposite knee, bringing your foot up behind you, reach back and grab a hold of the top of your foot with one hand if you're holding on to something, both hands if you are not holding on to something for support. Press your heel into your booty cheek, and as you're doing that, you're tilting your pelvis forward. So tucking your booty underneath you, sucking your spine back towards sucking your belly button back towards your spine. And make sure as you're doing that, that you're continuing to press this heel into your booty cheek. Really feel that stretch in your quads and in your hip flexors. And come out. Shake it out, and we'll finish with a quick calf Achilles stretch. So I'm going to do a version of this stretch that may be a little bit too advanced for you if you have tight hamstrings. So I'm going to step one foot back, and I'm going to come down and place both of my hands towards the outside of my front foot. Now I'm stretching my hamstring here, but what I'm going to do in order to stretch my calves Achilles is pick up my toes. So if that is too intense for you, you can stick with the hamstring stretch that we do with our warm-up. So you can use the wall or a chair or something like that for support if you have tight hamstrings. And you can stay here and just get your hamstrings, and then when you're ready to do your calves Achilles, you can find an elevated surface similar to this, so maybe like the bottom step of your staircase or a cinder block or the curb, okay, something like that. This is a much more accessible way to stretch your calves Achilles. I even do this sometimes on the leg of my couch. Okay, so whatever you have available to you, okay? So those are your options if what I'm about to do is a little bit too advanced for you, or if you have really tight hamstrings. So if you're with me, we're just stepping one foot back, and now I'm hinging at the hips, And I'm going to place my hands down on either side of my front foot. We're going to stay here for a few seconds, feeling the stretch in the hamstrings. Make sure you're continuing to focus on your breathing. And then I'm going to pick up my toes. Of this front foot and flex the foot. Really feeling that stretch, not only in my hamstrings now, but my calves, Achilles, because we're doing those calf raises today. So I just want to take a few seconds to stretch that out. Now put the toes down. Stand. I'm going to step my back foot forward and step the other foot back. And we're going to do that same pair of stretches on the other side. So hinge at the hips, hands down. And we're going to take a few breaths here, feeling that stretch in the hamstring. And then I'm going to pick up my toes of this front foot. Really flex that foot as much as you can. And feel the stretch. Still feeling a stretch in your hamstrings, but now feeling that stretch also in your calves, Achilles. Another breath here. And we'll come out, so place the toes down. Stand, step that back foot forward, and one more time, shake out the legs, shake out the arms, and that's it. That's our little cool down for today. If you find that your heart rate is still elevated, you're still breathing heavily, that's fine. Just take a couple more minutes to pace around. You can do a little more light stretching, that's great. Just remember that this little bit of light stretching that we do during our cool down does not take the place of a proper stretching routine. It is still really important to make sure that you're taking a good 15-20 minutes if you can to stretch every single day. It's going to go a long way towards helping to alleviate any muscle soreness that you might be experiencing the day after the workouts. It is also going to help reduce your risk of injury moving forward, and of course it's going to improve your flexibility and your mobility, which is appropriate since it is Mobility Monday. So make sure that you're taking the time to stretch every day. If you have time to do it right now, immediately after the workout, well, after the mobility challenge, please stick around and do the mobility challenge with me. But if you have time to do your stretching right now, that's always going to be the most efficient and the most effective time to get your stretching done, because your muscles are already nice and warm from the workout. But if you don't have time to do it now, that's fine. Just remember that if you put off your stretching until later on in the day, your muscles will have gotten cold again, so you'll need to take a few minutes to warm them back up. You never want to jump into your stretching routine with cold muscles, because your muscles need to be warm in order for them to be pliable so that you can stretch them safely and effectively. So please make sure you're stretching every day, but also please make sure that you are doing so safely. And now it is Mobility Monday, so that means that I found another mobility challenge for us to try together. I don't remember where I found this one. It might have been on YouTube, it might have been on Instagram or even Facebook, I'm not sure. So I'm going to go grab my phone so that we can watch it together, and then we'll go ahead and try it. All right, so I am watching the YouTube short right now. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at, and I'm not going to talk us through this one. I'm just going to play the sound. So let's just watch this together so that we understand what it is that we are about to attempt.
Probably gonna be the toughest challenge we ever do. 1, 2, 3.
It has to be 2 feet down?
Yeah.
Not without a rock.
Yeah, exactly. Like when you talk about it.
That is not possible. That is not possible. Man.
That's so hard.
Oh, hold on. Ah! Hey! Hey! We'll count it. Oh, I will count that one.
All right, so there you have it. Now, I actually think I might be able to do this. And I know you probably think I'm crazy because no one was able to successfully complete the challenge with the exception of the last guy, and that was dubious at best. I think if I'm able to do that, I would probably count it, but I wouldn't be happy with it and I would keep working on it. My goal is going to be to get up and just stand. I don't want to be like jumping up and falling backwards the way he did. No offense to him. Obviously, it's very challenging. He's the only one that was able to successfully complete it, but I want mine to look better than that. I'm not going to really count it as a success unless I'm able to get up smoothly and cleanly. So let's give this a shot and we will see what happens. All right, so as soon as you're ready, coming down onto the mat. Now, the reason that I think I might be able to do this one, even though they were saying it was impossible, is because I know that I can get up from that position if I start down here and I do a sit-up first. However, I think that this creates a certain amount of, well, I know that this creates a certain amount of momentum. So, okay, I know I can do this. Okay, so that's almost it, except that they were not starting from here, which means that they did not have this momentum, this forward momentum. They were starting from a seated position. However, I think that I might be able to make it work. So we're gonna try it and you're gonna wish me luck. So what I'm going to do, now it was both feet have to be flat on the ground and they were starting from a seated position, but they were kind of rocking. So I think you're allowed to create a little momentum. I mean, as long as you're not doing like a full sit up. All right, so I'm gonna say that it's not cheating to kind of rock a little bit. So I think the key is going to be, let me see. I think maybe if I start from here and put my booty down and then kind of, okay, so that's where I kind of think I want my feet to be. And then all I need to think about is really getting my momentum to go forward. So am I just way overconfident thinking I'm gonna be able to do this? No one else was able to do it. All right. It's super simple, but it looks like it's super tough. So let's go ahead and give it a shot and see what happens. So we are starting in a seated position, knees bent, feet flat on the mat. And here we go. We're gonna try to throw our momentum forward and come up to a standing position. Not quite. Maybe a little more. This isn't cheating. See, now it's like how far back is cheating. All right. Oh, I think that counts. Did I do it? I think I got it. I only rocked back a little bit. I think I got it. All right, so I'm gonna count that. It kind of went by so quickly that I surprised myself a little bit with it, and I'm not really sure how clean it was, but I'm totally counting that because that's, I think, way better than the guy that actually got it, and they counted his, so I'm counting that. All right, so that was our first attempt. I'm gonna say I did it. Now, if you did not get it, here's what I'm gonna say. So first of all, warped wall rules, you know, every Monday when we do our Monday mobility challenge, you get 3 attempts. So if you were not successful the first attempt, you get 2 more tries to get it right. And I'm also going to say, since essentially no one got that challenge, like they posted the YouTube short and basically no one was ever successful. So it is really hard. So I'm gonna say that if you want, you can try this one instead, okay? That first thing I showed you. So it is actually a lot more doable if you start from here and just kind of do a sit up first. So keep your feet planted right where they are, and then you're going to sit up throw your momentum forward and stand. Okay, that one's much more accessible. But I'm going to continue trying it without the sit-up because I already know I can do that and I want to challenge myself. So as soon as you're ready, attempt number 2. All right. I really want to get this looking just picture perfect. So to me, it helps to squat first and then put my booty down, I think, because then I feel like my feet are right where they need to be. But then if my feet are too close to my booty, then I think it's too hard to throw my momentum forward. I think the trick is really just finding out exactly where you need to have your feet placed to start. Like, is it gonna help to have them a little wider apart, a little closer together? So like, these are things I think I just need to kind of play around with. All right, but I kind of got it the first time, so let's try it again. When you're ready. Yeah, see, each time I'm needing a few, I don't know if it's fair to count that as just one attempt, because I did kind of fail the first couple of times. Like that first attempt, I let myself fail the first few times. All right, let me try it again. This one is hard. Yeah, I think my feet need to be a little closer together. How did I get it that first time? All right, I'm gonna say that that was a failed second attempt, but I really did get it once. So I'm gonna have to just keep playing with it, I think, and figure out where my feet need to be, because I know I can do it. I kind of did it the first time. So I'm gonna shake it out, and I'm gonna get back down on the mat, and I'm gonna say that I'm allowed to I'm gonna say like each attempt, I really get like 3 attempts. Does that make sense? So like if I kind of rock and fail twice and then I get it a third time, I'm gonna say that was 1 successful attempt. Does that make sense? It makes sense. All right, the pressure's off because I did already get it. I'm counting that first one as a successful attempt. So I would like to do a cleaner one, so I'm gonna shake it off. Take a couple more deep breaths, and then we're going to try attempt number 3. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do for this third and final attempt. I am going to figure out, okay, so first I'm going to start here, because we've already established that I can do this. All right, so now what I'm going to do is see, so here I'm starting with my arms all the way resting on the mat and my back foot on the mat. So what if I just start experimenting with starting a little bit higher? So now I'm going to start with my shoulder blades up off the mat and see if I can do it from this position. Okay, I can do that. So now what if I try to just start a little bit higher? So I was here, I can do it from here, I can do it from here. Can I do it from here? Now is where it's starting to feel like it's not gonna happen. Almost. Oh, you know what? There wasn't a rule against kind of putting your weight in one foot first, and I was kind of feeling like that's what I wanted to do. Can we do that? Like, as long as I don't put my hands down, what if I do like, both my feet are on the mat. What if I do like, oh, I think I got it. Okay, you guys, here's what I did. Oh my gosh, okay, so let me show you. You might be able to see what I'm doing from this. I think this is might be kind of a stepping stone to get there, to get it to what I really want it to be. I really want to keep my weight even in both feet as I'm coming up, but I'm gonna first kind of transfer my weight into one foot, and that really helped. So, okay, So starting from here, I'm gonna come forward. Okay, now I can't do it, all right. All right, I just did it. All right, maybe I started from back a little farther. Okay, did you see that? So it's not it's not a lot, and I'm thinking if I keep working on that, I might be able to get better at it and make it a little bit more seamless. But did you see how I kind of shifted my weight first into this foot and it helped me? I'm not really sure. It happens so quickly that I'd have to analyze it. I'm not really sure why that's helping, but that's really helping. But okay, so I'm gonna count that. So I'm starting from here, which is the challenge, right? I'm sitting upright and there's no part of my back that's on the ground. I think that's maybe where the cutoff point is, right? So I think as long as there's no part of your back that's on the mat, so right here my low back is on the mat, as long as your low back is off the mat, I think it's fine to start here. Let's say that's the challenge. No part of your back can be on the mat. So I'm gonna start here, and I'm just gonna subtly kind of transfer the weight into one foot at a time, and that is what really helps. Okay, this is it, third and final attempt for real, and I think we got this. I did it! The impossible challenge. Oh my gosh. All right, so I think that is the secret. I think you have to kind of, well, it might be a stepping stone. Okay, so kind of shifting your weight back a little bit, but make sure that no part of your back is on the mat. And then you're gonna throw your momentum forward and then kind of press into your stronger leg first, and then that's gonna really help. So as long as your feet stay flat on the mat and you're not using your hands to help you, I think that counts. All right, so let me just make sure it wasn't a fluke. Wish me luck. Success. All right, that one was tougher than it looked, but I think that once I kind of played around with it a little bit, it's not as difficult as it seems. If you just kind of figure out where your feet need to be, and if you keep practicing, and if you kind of figure out how you need to distribute your weight, at least that's what worked for me, but I'm saying that is a success. So let's just do it one last time from the side so you can see how it looks from the side. You can see where I'm starting from. So coming down onto the mat in a seated position. So knees are bent, feet are flat on the mat, and just make sure that no part of your back is touching the mat. So you can't start from down here, but you can lean back a little bit to create some momentum as long as your low back is off the mat. Now, you have to make sure that your feet stay flat on the mat the entire time. You're going to throw your weight forward and stand. All right, wish me luck. Here we go. And that's it, we did it. I know that technically that was probably way more than 3 attempts, but I got it. I am counting that. I am saying that that is another successful Monday Mobility Challenge in the books for me. You will have to let me know if you were able to successfully complete this challenge, and for this one I will give you a pass. I took way more than 3 attempts, if we're being honest, so I don't care how many attempts it took you. Just let me know if you were able to get it eventually, and let me know if you weren't able to do the more challenging version, if you were able to do it starting with your back flat on the mat, or if you were not able to do it at all. If that's the case, keep working on it, because I have to say that when I finally got it, it was incredibly satisfying. I am going to keep working on it because you guys know that I'm stubborn and I like to keep going until I get it looking just perfect so that I can make my own YouTube short and my own Instagram reel. So I'm going to keep practicing it So if you were successful, keep working on cleaning it up and make a reel and tag me, okay? But that is it. That is all I have for you today. So if you were successful with this mobility challenge, please let me know. And if you did this workout with me today, thank you so much. Please let me know what you thought of it and how you did. Thank you to everyone who has been working out with me lately. And even if you are not doing the workouts with me, thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for liking and sharing the videos. Thank you so much for all of your wonderful and supportive and engaging comments. It truly does mean the world to me. Thank you so much to all of my new subscribers. If you are not subscribed already, please subscribe. And of course, a great big thank you to those of you who have been subscribed to my channel for years. Please know that I appreciate you all so very much. One final reminder that if anything was unclear about the format of today's workout and how everything fits together, or if you need help customizing the length of the workout, because this was a long one, it was longer than I expected, longer than I anticipated. So if you have time constraints and you need to figure out how to make the workout shorter, please just ask. If you have any questions about the exercises that we were doing today, if you have any doubts about how to do the exercises with the correct form, or if you need help with beginner modifications, please remember that I'm always here to help. So please ask questions if you have them. That is going to do it for today. But before I say goodbye, I have to say one final thank you to those of you who have been watching the videos all the way until the end and commenting with the secret code phrase of the day. So before I say goodbye, I will give you today's secret code phrase of the day. It's a dog-eat-dog world and I'm wearing Milk-Bone underwear. Norm Peterson, come on. It's a dog-eat-dog world and I'm wearing Milk-Bone underwear. So if you are still watching this video, hello, thank you for watching all the way until the end. Please let me know that someone is still watching by going down to the comment section and leaving me a comment that says, it's a dog-eat-dog world and I'm wearing Milk-Bone underwear. That is going to do it for today. I will see you all next time. Bye.